Have you ever looked in the mirror after you've done your makeup and you're like, oh my goodness, what happened? I think we've all been there before. Today I'm just gonna share with you some really quick tips if you feel like your makeup is just not looking good. Maybe you've just done your whole makeup look and you're like, my foundation, it just doesn't look the way it used to when I was in my 20s. Maybe when you look in the mirror, you feel like it just looks like texture. It just doesn't look smooth and pretty. Maybe the reason your foundation, your makeup's looking kind of like crap, maybe it's not your makeup, maybe it's just you. Maybe it's your skin, but something that you could be doing to your skin that could be making your makeup look worse or even better. So I'm gonna share with you what I think can make your makeup look so good. Some little tips and tricks that you might be missing out on. So if you're out there spending so much money buying foundation after foundation after foundation because you think that's what the problem is, maybe try some of these little tips and tricks first and then go back to that foundation that you didn't think was making your skin look that good. And who knows, maybe that foundation will be your all-time favorite foundation. And this video is more so for the ladies in their 40s and 50s. I'm 53 years old, and I know when I was in my 20s and 30s, I didn't have to do any of these little extra tips and tricks. I could just pretty much buy whatever foundation and it would look great on my skin. You know, but the older we get, we have more texture, we grow a lot more hair on our face. So when you look at your face, go out in the sunlight, and do you have that furry, does your face look like a peach? Or if you zoom in, do you feel like, I don't know, you look like Chewbacca? You might need to shave your face. Now there are some women with a condition that's called PCOS that, you know, maybe shaving your face might not be the best thing for you. But for me and for a ton of women, honestly, just grabbing a good old men's razor. These are super inexpensive, Gillette, I think Sensor Excel. You could use whatever razor or one of those little devices that you can just run over your face. This is my favorite though. I like to use an actual razor. If you want to see details of how I shave my face, what I will never put on my face before or after I shave, and what skincare products I like to use when I shave, I'm gonna pop that video up here so that we don't make this video so ridiculously long. But honestly, shaving your face, it's like exfoliating. Think of how smooth a man's face looks after he shaves his face, and it's like buttery smooth and it's glowy, because you're exfoliating. So not only are you getting off that peach fuzz, but you're also shaving off a little bit of that dead skin that's just kind of sitting on the surface, making your skin look more dull. Perhaps your foundation is collecting in all those little patches of dry skin. Shaving my face has really been a total game changer. And honestly, my mom actually shaved her face for so many years and never told me. And one day when I was sitting there looking like a hairy monster next to her, I thought, oh my gosh, I don't want people to see my face when the sun hits it. My skin just looked textured and kind of fuzzy from all that light vellus hair that was on my face. And I asked my mom, she's like, oh yeah, I just shaved my face. I mean, thanks mom. You could have told me back then. But for those of you who maybe are in the same situation that I'm in and your mothers didn't tell you about shaving your face, I'm telling you now, shave your face. You're gonna come back and leave me a comment and say, oh my goodness, I cannot believe how amazing my foundation looks. Maybe those foundation products or blushes or powders or things like that that you couldn't wear, maybe now you can wear them because you don't have all of that furry stuff sitting on your face. So shaving your face, that's one of my biggest little tricks to get my skin to look super glowy and healthy. Oh, and by the way, I don't actually shave my face in the morning. I do shave in the evening, because there are certain skincare products that I do like to use right afterwards when I do this. I mean, you could probably shave it during the day, but I prefer to do this in the evening. All right, so shaving our face is a form of exfoliation, but another form of exfoliation that I bet a lot of people aren't doing is just using a chemical exfoliator on your skin. Now, I don't like to use scrubs and beads and things like that. I like to use chemicals that will gently kind of eat off those dead skin cells that are sitting on the surface of my skin so that my foundation doesn't collect in those dry patches and look terrible. But this is my all-time favorite exfoliator. This is by the brand Dermalect. I talk about this all the time, and I can link another video up here if you want a lot more details on this. But this is an amazing affordable serum that has one acid that will go to town and eat off any of those dead skin cells on the surface of our skin that's making our skin just look dull and not giving it this really pretty radiant glow. Now, I'm on a cruise ship. I'm just standing in front of the balcony, so I just have the the mirror that is at the vanity here, and it's got a little light on it, and then I just have the balcony light shining in on my skin. And this is what I used today on my skin to give my skin this gorgeous glow. But not only does it have an acid that goes on the surface of my skin to reveal that really pretty, healthy, more youthful, smooth, texture-free skin, but it also has an ingredient. If you are dealing with large pores and you're like, my foundation's just settling in my pores look so stretched out, this has an acid in it that goes inside the pores that's going to help chemically kind of clean out anything that's sitting deep down in our pores, and in turn it will help make our pores look even smaller. And this is going to help give you that really pretty glass skin. Every time I use this, I look in the mirror and I'm like, wow, I love what this does to my skin. I do use this about 3 or 4 times a week, morning or evening. If I do use it during the day, I don't go to the beach, and I make sure I pile on a ton of sunscreen. Now, if you just keep trying foundation after foundation, and maybe you already shave your face, maybe you already exfoliate your face, but you look in the mirror after you do your makeup and you feel like you look like a shriveled up raisin or a shriveled up prune, perhaps your skin just needs a big old drink of water. You need to plump that skin up and hydrate that skin. Now, of course, we can do that from the inside out with our diet, staying hydrated, things like that. But sometimes, instead of just getting that really thick, rich, heavy moisturizer that you think is gonna solve the problem, maybe your face is just so thirsty and extremely dehydrated. Think about a raisin. What was a raisin? A raisin was a big old plump, juicy grape, and then it's dehydrated. And so we don't want to be dehydrated raisins and prunes. We want to be a big juicy plum or a big juicy smooth grape. So I could share with you some really expensive products or a super lengthy skincare routine that's going to plump up your skin, but I want to make this really cost effective and so easy that everyone is wanting to do it, because I get it, if it's time consuming or really expensive, nobody wants to do that. So these are 2 products that if you feel like your skin, it's just moisturizer after moisturizer is not cutting it, and then again your makeup looks terrible, just get a really good, affordable hydrator. And this is the combination that I like to use. This is the Avène Thermal Spring Water. This is like a sterilized mineral water in a can. This is my favorite hydrating mist because there's no bells and whistles in it, but it really makes a difference in soothing and calming the skin. But it also helps prep my skin when I'm gonna put my next hydrating step on. So I'll just spray my face with my Avène Thermal Spring Water, and then I will apply some of super inexpensive from The Ordinary. This is their Alpha Arbutin Hyaluronic Acid Serum. I love this for hydration. When I use this, my skin gets so juicy and plump. It's almost as if it fills in like little crevices, and those little fine lines, they just swell right up because they're just crying out for water, for hydration. You know, maybe your skin's not crying out for that oil or for that thick moisture, but it needs some hydration first. So I will apply this. Sometimes I'll even do it 2 times. Sometimes I'll even do this a second time and then apply this. And then I'll just put a little bit of my favorite moisturizer on over top to kind of seal it all in. You don't have to go buy an expensive moisturizer either. This is super inexpensive. I buy it all the time. The ingredients on this are fabulous. It has exactly what I need. No extra bells and whistles. It just makes a really nice difference in plumping up my skin, and it will make my foundation look so pretty when I take that extra step to add those extra hydrating and plumping ingredients. Now, if you have super dry skin and maybe you need something a little bit heavier, thicker, richer than this, I still will use my Avène and The Ordinary little combination to add that water to plump everything, but then I'll seal it all in with my Avène Cicaphate. This is a super thick, rich, healing moisturizer that's very calming. This would be beautiful under your makeup if you have more dry skin. And when you put this over top of my little concoction of the water and The Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid Serum, oh my gosh, it's an amazing combination. Oh, and you could use any hydrator. You don't have to buy these products. You could use whatever you already have at home. But one reason that I like this also, this has alpha arbutin in it as well as the hyaluronic acid. And what alpha arbutin is really nice for is if you deal with hyperpigmentation or melasma like I do, this is really nice to kind of help fade the look of the spots on the skin as well. Now, I don't only just use these 2 products. These are things that I will layer. I actually will normally put one of my dark spot serums on first, right after I cleanse my face, and then my all-time favorite vitamin C serum, and then I will put these on. But again, you could use whatever your favorite normal skincare is, but for added hydration, you could just layer these 2 little products afterwards, and you will really see a difference in your skin. Instead of being that dried up raisin, it's gonna be this beautiful, plump, juicy grape. I mean, think about, now granted we're not really raisins and grapes, but imagine spreading foundation, applying our foundation on a dehydrated grape versus putting it on a really smooth, juicy, plump grape. So that's what I wanna be. I wanna be a big, juicy, plump grape so that my foundation will just layer beautifully on my skin. Now, one other thing that you could do right after you put on your hydration and your moisturizer, you could even put on one of your favorite sheet masks and then just kind of walk around for a good 30-40 minutes. And that's kind of like that extra icing on the cake. But I actually didn't even put a sheet mask on today. I just did the 2 hydrating steps in my moisturizer before I put on my foundation. But if you really need that extra hydration, if you're like, no, my skin's really thirsty, you might want to add in one of your favorite sheet masks. This one right here is one of my favorite. It's nice and inexpensive. I think it's like $1 or something a pack, and I can link this one down below if you wanted to check it out. I know some people might say, well, the way to make your foundation look amazing is you must use a makeup primer. And then of course they skip all those other steps. Or maybe they do these steps and they still feel like you have to use a makeup primer. I don't even use a makeup primer. Sometimes I do, but it's very, very rare. But you guys, if you have a sunscreen that you like, sunscreen can double as your makeup primer and you don't have to do those extra steps. The one product that I love to use, even if it's nighttime and I'm, you know, obviously the sun's gone down, I will use this from Dermatology, their universal tinted moisturizing sunscreen. Now I won't put my normal like 8 or 9 pumps of this on like I would normally use during the day, but if I'm gonna do my makeup for the evening, I'll just use like 2 or 3 pumps of this. And not only does it add that extra moisture to my skin, but it also adds a little bit of a blurring tint, but it kind of has like a little bit of tackiness. And so my foundation grips to this. So you don't have to go buy all these special gripping primers. Just use your favorite sunscreen that you love for your face. Now I have more normal to oily skin. Right now, since I'm 53 years old, it's more normal. Every now and then I just get oily in my T-zone. But in my 20s and 30s, I had more oily skin. And I've always thought, oh, I need that really dry, matte foundation that just make my face look really flat. And the older I've gotten, I realize, you know what, I want my skin to look, really glowy and pretty and healthy, but of course I still need that coverage. The sun is starting to come in a little bit more, so it might be a little blurred out, and I apologize for that. Like I said, I'm on a cruise. But now I've realized the older I've gotten, maybe I just want that really pretty healthy look to my skin and not that super flat, cakey face look that I used to do when I was younger. It's taken me 53 years to find my holy grail foundation for my mature skin, and this is my all-time favorite. This is by the brand Naked Sundays. I have other videos on this. I'll pop another detailed one up here if you want to really see what this looks like on my skin, because it's kind of difficult, and I already have on my makeup right now. It's kind of difficult to see because, again, the glare from the sun starting to come in. But you guys, this foundation from Naked Sundays, this is not only a foundation, a very beautiful, healthy looking foundation, but it's an SPF 50 all mineral. So you could even use this as your sunscreen and your foundation if you use the proper amount. Now, I like to layer a lot of sunscreen during the day, so I do use a separate sunscreen first. But this is probably my 5th or 6th one. I buy like 3 or 4 of these at a time because I never want to run out. This is the most beautiful foundation I have ever used on my skin. And I feel like using this, especially because it has sunscreen, I feel like my skin is just looking better and better and better as I age. My skin is very healthy. It's not youthful as far as I don't look 20. I mean, I don't want to look 20. I'm 53. I just want my skin to look nice for my age. But it looks youthful. I don't feel like I look like I'm aging rapidly. I feel like I'm aging gracefully. Now again, it's because of all my skincare and of course my sunscreen, but using foundation or makeup that has that extra bit of sunscreen in it, to me is just like the icing on the cake. But this is the most beautiful foundation. If you have mature skin and you do not like the way your foundations are looking, if you feel like you're putting on this full coverage pancake look on your face and then you look out in the sun and just it looks super makeup-y, maybe try something like this. I think this is absolutely stunning. So maybe your foundation's looking like crap because you haven't done all these other steps, but also maybe you're just picking the wrong foundation like what I used to do. And I was completely not happy with the way my skin looked because I was just picking the wrong foundation. Now I have a lot more tips and tricks of how we can make our foundation and our makeup look really pretty. But to me, these are my top tips and tricks to really have that beautiful, healthy glow to our skin. And so that this way, we don't have to worry about our foundation settling in all these little dry patches or soaking into our pores or just kind of looking like it's sitting on our skin and making us kind of look cakey. If you try shaving your face and using a good exfoliator and of course hydrating and moisturizing your skin properly, I think you'll be blown away with how your skin looks. And you know, a lot of times if you want your skin to look really pretty and healthy and youthful, it's not about buying that next best, latest and greatest makeup product. Instead of us trying to buy so many different makeup products to cover up our beautiful face, why not focus on good skincare and the health of our skin? And then your makeup, your makeup's just gonna look beautiful no matter what because you took such good care of your skin. I hope these quick little tips and tricks helped. If you try any of these, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if any of these have worked for you or if you have some other little tips and tricks to get your foundation and your makeup to look really pretty, healthy, and glowy. Leave me that comment down below. And if you want to see another very detailed skincare video, if you're wondering like, well, I don't even know what skincare I need for my skin, I have the most detailed skincare video and I'll pop that up here. And then if you want to see a detailed makeup video of how I do my makeup, I'll pop that other video up here if you want to click on those and check those out. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.